In the name of Allah, the beneficent, the merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, who intervened in our affairs in the form of a well-made man named Master Farad Muhammad. We are forever grateful to this one wise, true, and living God for loving us so much that he decided to travel 9,000 miles by himself and leave the holy city of Mecca, where he was wealthy, living in paradise and having personal peace and power to come and seek and save you and me, the downtrodden black man and woman of America here in the West. We thank him for coming, and not only coming himself and teaching, but raising up one from the midst of us that is a perfect example of what black people can become if we submit to the truth. And that man is the greatest man that ever lived other than God himself, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. We thank the two of them today for blessing us with one that, in my humble opinion, is the spiritual counterpart of both of them at the same time. He is like, in one form, the combination of the spiritual DNA of Master Farad Muhammad and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad put together, wrapped up in one human being. And that man that I speak of today is the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And to their holy and their righteous names, I greet you, my sisters and my brothers, in the great words of peace. Assalamu alaikum. To Brother Ricky and to the laborers and soldiers and staff and the Sister Imani who put this great program together this weekend. We just wanted to thank you for your hard work and your effort and your sacrifices of you and your family to help keep the flag of Islam raised high here in the city of Portland, Oregon. Let's give our brother and sister Nuri all praise to people up. And I also wanted to ask if the FOI and the MTTs that are present will show a measure of gratitude to these great guest soldiers, visitor soldiers, supporting soldiers that brave the ice storm to come out and hear the life-giving teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. We thank you, mighty sister soldiers and mighty brother warriors, for making your way to the mosque this morning. When I turned on the television today and yesterday and all week, I noticed that in the midst of snow and ice, white people are still snowboarding. Have y'all seen this thing called the Olympics? In the midst of 20 degrees below zero, they strap up their gear and they get them snowboards out. Pull skis out. Ice skating. Is that right? You look back a few weeks ago when the Super Bowl came in New York. They thought it was going to be 26 degrees. But that didn't stop 70-some-odd thousand people, men, women, and children, for being willing to sit in the ice cold for 4 or 5 hours to watch the Super Bowl. And two teams clash with one another. That it makes no difference who won, who lost, who got sacked, who got an interception, who won the MVP. The condition of our people did not change not one hour. Is that true? You look on television and you see when the new year started, white people, polar bear club, just strip down and jump in the middle of an ice pond. Jumping in cold water. They brave the cold water just for the heck of it. They brave ice and snow just to watch a football game. We see them jumping in pools and even Prince Harry in England. Him and his crew, they trekked 200 miles in the middle of 40 degrees below zero weather just to say that we did it. Right. And I said, man, if white people are willing to jump in the water for nothing, willing to stand in the ice and cold and watch a game for 4 hours that changes no condition of our people, if they're willing to trek through the snow for 200 miles in negative 45-degree weather just to say they did it, surely we can navigate through a little snow and ice and get some knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. So we're glad that you took in your mind that I'm going to make this move to come to the mosque this morning. And last I checked, it doesn't say in the scripture in the book of Hosea that my people are destroyed from a lack of snowboarding. It don't say that, does it? My people are destroyed from a lack of swimming in ice ponds or lack of sitting in the cold watching a football game. It says my people are destroyed from a lack of knowledge. So if anybody is willing to brave cold weather, brave snow, brave ice for some cause, that cause should not be for sport and play. That cause should not be just to say, I did. If any time we're going to brave ice and snow and find a cause worthy of braving it, it is the acquisition of knowledge. For if my people are destroyed from a lack of knowledge, that means that our condition that we are in at the bottom is a direct result of us lacking the knowledge we need to get out of the condition. What we don't have and what we are not is a direct result of what we don't know. So if we knew better, we would do better. And if we did better, we would be better and we would have more in this world's life. It says in the scripture that as a man drives down the street, so is he. It don't say that? As a woman wears, so is she. There is not in there? As a person has it in their pocket, so is he. It don't say that either. It says, as a man what? Thinketh in his heart. Right? So is he. So if my people are destroyed from a lack of knowledge, the more knowledge we get, the better we can get out of the condition of destruction. If as a man thinketh in their heart, so is he, so is she, then the real energy, the real effort, the real sacrifice of time, talent, and treasure should be in the investment of the building up of our minds. And we guarantee you that you come today to this beautiful Portland study group, that you will leave today having some news that you can use. You will have a jewel in your mind that you can use in the service of becoming a better you and making your family a better family. So I wanted to take up as a subject that we are born from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan's Time and What Must Be Done lecture series that he's been doing now for 56 weeks, consistently teaching us the time and what must be done. Oh, that within itself is powerful. Because it doesn't say the time and what must be said. Huh? It's not the time and what must be prayed for or meditated about. Or the time and what must be studied. It's the time and what must be done. So this is a body of knowledge coming for 56 weeks that doesn't just tell us what to think and what to say, but it tells us exactly what we should be doing in the time. It's not the time and what should be done, or the time and what could be done. For could means that it's potential. Should means it's a suggestion. But when someone uses the term time and what must means it is a mandatory requirement that whatever activity is expressed in said body of knowledge is a guarantee if we do it, we will be successful. It's a guarantee if we do it, we will have life and life more abundant. But on the flip side of it, if someone teaches from God the time and what must be done, and we reject that activity, then we, in rejection, we will not have life and life more abundantly, and we will in fact be of those who are the losers. So this very deep subject that the minister has been teaching, and he's broken it down in the sub-subjects as he's been teaching. The last 2 weeks, he's been dealing with something called a shadow government. Well, what is a shadow? See, a shadow is when light strikes an object, right? and it leaves behind the object the form of that object, but you cannot see the details or the specifics of the object that you see in the shadow. When the minister says that there is a shadow government, he's telling us that there's a government that we can see. Call that Congress. Call that Senate. Right? Call that president. Call that governor. Call that mayor. Call that city council. We call that school board. But then there's a whole nother government that is unseen. And the unseen government is really pulling the strings of the seen government. And we are caught in a rat race. Well, we say, vote for him because he said he's going to do. Vote for her because she promised and pledged such and such. And every 2 years when it's time for Congress to get put back in, we galvanize and donate and vote Satan in. Right. Or Lucifer. Right. Or the Beelzebub. Or the dragon. It's the same evil, just in a different dome. Is that right? Yes. And at the end of the day, we always find that city council person so-and-so never made word bond. Right. Congressman so-and-so never makes word bond. Right. And even whenever you see the seat of the president, he gets in office and he says, I will close down Guantanamo Bay, but it's still open. He says that I will end the wars around the world, but wars have increased under his government. He says that I will do thus and so for the economy and thus and so for education and thus and so for health care. He puts his word out there, but he's not able to make his word bond. Why? Because even though he is the president, Barack Obama, we misinterpret the power of the seat of president. And we think that the president has more juice than what he really does. Right. But the president is nothing but a black quarterback. Okay? Oh, he's bad. You didn't hear right there. Come on. He's a black quarterback. You know, in the NFL, they never intended on having a black quarterback. They always wanted to have a white boy at the head of the game. Running the game, calling all the plays, and, you know, DD-52. Hut, passes. They wanted the white quarterback to be the captain of the team. The white quarterback to be the shot caller. But their brothers on the line was 350 pounds. But not only were they 350 pounds, they were fast now. Right on. Swift, quick, and strong. So whenever the blitz came, and this lineman that used to just be big but slow became big, strong, and fast. Then that old traditional white pocket quarterback and just caught the ball and stood there, looked around and gave it. No, you needed somebody that can move. Go in the backfield. They did not just have the ability to cast that arm out, but you have to have some athleticism in your legs. So the next thing you know, Doug Williams shows up. And y'all remember Doug Williams? Y'all know about Doug Williams. Okay, Donovan McNabb. Okay, Mike Pitt. Y'all with me? RG3, come on, help me out. But they needed a quarterback that could move because the lineman, when the blitz was called, was coming too fast. For that traditional sit in the pocket, slow moving white quarterback to handle the game. Short love when God said that America was going on. He called a blitz. And the angels and the rain and the snow and the earthquake began coming at the quarterback. So they had to find somebody that had some good legs, so they had to bring Barack Obama. But a quarterback is not the coach. A quarterback is not the manager of the team. The quarterback is not the owner of the team. The quarterback is an employee that was hired wonder of the day. What is money doing? What is money saying? What things you find common among the $1, $10, $50, $20, $100 bill is that around all of American currency there is a spider web. That's right. On all the currency around the edge there is a spider web. Why? Because the same way that a spider functions with its prey is the way the founding fathers and white people have been functioning with you and me. A spider sets up a web that looks like it's just a innocent trap. Right. And what happens is insects see the web, it's transparent, it looks innocent. Right. They land on the web, and at a certain point they decide they want to fly away. And when they make the decision to fly away and begin flapping their wings, they realize that they are stuck. Right. To this thing called the spider's web. This insect looks over in the corner and ran in the cut. It's Mr. Spider. And he sits there, he doesn't come out there and wrap the web. He watches the insect that's in the trap try to get out of the trap. And knowing that as it's struggling to get out of the trap, it is losing its energy. So in other words, it watches the insect fight itself. Okay, y'all ain't hearing me. And after the insect has been fighting itself so long that it's become weak, then the spider comes out of its hiding spot, moves up to the insect in the trap, and sticks a needle into the head of the insect. Sends into the insect a poisonous enzyme that breaks down the interior form of the insect and then sucks all the inside out, but leaves the outside intact as if nothing is wrong. This thing you know because the inside is wrong, but the outside looks the same. Other insects think that this is a good spot to land because after all, he's over there, so is she. They land on it and realize when it's time to go that they are too stuck as well. And the next thing you know, he sees the inside is break the form out and leave the outside and says, tell me that's not what happened to black people in America. Oh, praise God. We went to school and had a needle stuck in our brain. We went to church and had a needle stuck in our brain. By a no good human spider. And they sent in a poisonous enzyme that broke down the form of black people on the inside. What did they put in as the poisonous enzyme? They said Columbus discovered America. They did. They said the father of philosophy was Plato, Aristotle, and Socrates, and Pythagoras and Ptolemy, with all of them learned from Imhotep. They learned and said that Thomas Edison invented electricity when it was a black man that invented it. They learned, told us in church that the Jews that built the pyramids were pale skinned, big hook-nosed crackers. When the people that built the pyramids were black people. We are the original pyramid builders. Oh yes, we are. But they blew the nose of the Sphinx off. Because we built the pyramid gives us in Egypt to show the world where power really comes from. 451 feet tall the pyramid gives me. 451 feet deep. Covering 13 and a half acres of land. Base of 1,003.5 ton blocks of gold and granite stacked mathematically precise without deviating not even a square inch. And we built it without a crane. We built it without a bulldozer. We used the power of our own telepathy. We used the power of our mind to make it be where it needed to be. And then after we built it, we put at the head of it a body of a lion with the head of a black man on it. But Napoleon, when he seen it, he enzymes in us. Broke down our fall with miseducation. So today, if I say, close your eyes and Jesus, the real image of Jesus don't pop up in the black man's mind. Michelangelo's cousin shows up. If I say Mary, the real image of the mother of Jesus don't show up. Not that Egyptian black woman, but Michelangelo's mama shows up. If I say Last Supper, we see one white girl and 12 white boys with Jesus. Is that true? If I say angel, we see little smooth-skinned white people with wings on their back. You know I'm telling the truth. If I say Moses, we see a bearded white man. Abraham, we see a white man on a robe and a seal. But these are all lies. These are all poisonous enzymes that were put into the head of black people to break down our inside. Believers attack on the outside. So our minds are dead, but our bodies are alive. You say, I don't know about that. Y'all agree with me, but somebody else did. I think I'm going to go on here and clap. What the hell is this? How is it that we can duck better than anybody can duck? We can run better than anybody can run. Is that the truth? We can hit the golf ball. And you know they depend on us being mad. Oh, no, they ain't want from us. I mean, you know they didn't have to get a vacuum in the best of dogs. Because whenever you get the top ranking, you get the green jacket, it's called the Masters. They never get on the same thing in that. But old Tiger Woods showing up. They had him on the tennis court. Man tried to change the rules because of Serena. She's 65 or 70 years old with a total behind. No, she's not that old, you know. But she only knows that they got the time with supreme sports science. Injections and steroids and special chemical composition to make the white girl good. And Serena come off of a commercial and just look behind. Well, how many of us are leading in medicine? How many of us are leading in law, leading in architecture? See, white people always had an unwritten constitution. Nigga sing, nigga dance, nigga jump, or nigga die. Meaning that the only thing that you are approved to participate in as a black person, and I'll let you be the best in that. You can be wherever you want to be without hindrance or suppression as long as you're singing, dancing, jumping, or being dead. So today we are the top of singing. We are the top of rapping. We are the top of confidence. Am I telling the truth? Jump. We are the top of basketball, top of tennis, top of football, top of baseball. We lead in sports and entertainment, and we lead in dining. Am I telling the truth? But we don't lead in chemistry. We don't lead in medicine. We don't lead in law. We don't lead in agriculture or engineering. These are real nation-building functions. Y'all know the dunk contest is coming up next week? And we can't wait. I remember one year, brother man, Nate, he shot him a little bit taller than me. See him put on some green shoes, and put Dwight Howard's big old toe behind him right there under the rim. Didn't he? Dwight Howard 7 feet. And this little brother about 5'8", 5'9", jumped over his head and knocked. You remember back whenever Michael Jordan was leaning in from the baseline. You remember when he came from the free throw line, and he didn't just jump on the free throw line and dunk it. He came with style. Turned out, hands caught back in the air. Joe Paul. Is that right? But at the end of the day, after Blake Griffin jumped over the car, after Nate Robinson jumped over the White House, after Jordan came from the Self-esteem is what you think about yourself based on what other people think about you. But self-worth is what you think about yourself based off of what God said about you and what you see in your own mirror. We don't need self-esteem, we need self-worth. Self-worth don't come from other people. Self-worth comes from God himself. Y'all still with me? So, money talks. Y'all still with me? The thing we also find on the dollar, especially in specific this $1 bill, is we see on the back of the $1 bill, on the left side, there's a pyramid. Is that right? There's a capstone separating the pyramid. Right? But then on the other side of the $1 bill, there is this eagle, which is a symbol of America. See, that's something to think about, brothers and sisters. You know, the Bible talks about the eagle too. And it talks about, in Matthew 24:27, it says that wheresoever the eagles are gathered together, there will the carcass be also. Y'all ain't hearing me. Carcass means the remains of something that once was alive. Carcass means the remains of something that once was great. Black people, as we built the pyramid, we were once great. Black people, as we are the father and mother of all art, science, and civilization, we were once great. So we are the carcass that is gathered where the eagles are. But it says that as lightning shines from the east unto the west, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. So the place, America, where the carcass black people are, will receive a visit from the Son of Man. Oh, that's deep. That's deep. And we haven't found no other Son of Man or no other man that called himself the Son of Man that came from the east to the west, but Master Farad Muhammad. He's the one that comes to breathe life back in us after we were killed in the west. Well, there is the symbol of America, right? That's right. But over top of us, we get a shadow of God. Versus the government of God. That is our subject. Eagle is a symbol of America, right? But above the eagle, there's another symbol. There's 13 stars right there. Oh, man, this thing is deep. Because if you just study the back of the dollar, see, white folks don't do nothing without having some meaning. It's 13 arrows in the hand. 13 leaves, 13 berries in the other claw. Did you hear? 13 stripes. Above the eagle's head, there's 13 little stars. Why? Because all of the presidents of the United States were all Masons. There's only two that were not. Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy. What happened to them? Huh? What is a Mason? The word Mason, M-A-S-O-N, is really an acronym. The acronym is whenever you have any word, but every letter in that word represents another word. Fear is an acronym. Yes, sir. Fear is just false evidence of period. You got it, baby. That's why there's nothing to fear, brother. There's nothing worth being afraid of but God. Fear of God is called the beginning of wisdom. The minute that you make your mind up that you will not fear the Jews, you will not fear the Illuminati, you will not fear your boss, you will not fear the government, you will not fear the white man, you will not fear no gun, no stick, no bomb. The only thing worthy to be afraid of. Everything else is subject to him. So you can have a gun to a believer's head, and we believe because we fear nothing of no one but Allah, that the only way the gun will kill me is if it's Allah's permission. But if it's not his will, then he's going to press the gun to click. And bless me to get it from you. And bless me to pull the trigger. kind of religion you better judge anymore. This ain't no love your enemy religion. This ain't no turn the other cheek. This ain't no white man take your clothes, give the white man your hate. This ain't no stand outside and let your woman get a dog kicked out. This is not that kind of religion that if a man is trying to take your child to molest her, you're supposed to say, well, wait a minute, I'm supposed to love man, I gotta turn the other cheek. This is that kind of religion that we believe in an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, a knife for a knife, and a life for a life. We believe that we are obligated to fight with those who fight with us. And we don't fight to the broke leg, or the sprained ankle, or the black eye. We fight with those who fight with us, and we fight to the death. Now, look at that. With the look. You know, that's the awesome talk. You know, no, let them go one-on-one. No, they don't believe you ain't gonna rumble. And they say, a long way. When you show up, you don't come and investigate. You don't come and ask questions. You don't come and try to figure out what's going on. You get in wherever you sit in. Turn the other cheek with our own people. We do need to love each other that's deeply enemies of one another. And we do need to show more compassion and forgiveness and practice nonviolence with one another. But don't tell me that if I'm in the shopping mall and I happen to lose place as a black mother where my daughter is, and I see a man snatch my daughter, running off with my daughter, getting ready to throw her in a van with the intent more than likely to molest or maybe murder my baby girl. That I'm supposed to run through my head that love your enemy, turn your no hell no. I'm going to get hold of that man. And if I got a bite, if I got a scratch, if I got a burn, if I got a stab, with everything knows when it comes to protecting that baby girl. Right? Okay. Well, no, that's conditional. Right? That's circumstantial. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, you turn the other cheek with your cousin and your mama and your and Pookie and Ray Ray and them, but you don't turn the other cheek when it comes to something serious. Right. We don't love that kind of enemy. I'm sure God didn't put that in the Bible. Right. No way. You say, how are you going to be sure God didn't put that in the Bible? I'm sure, because God don't love it. What kind of father would God be to tell us his children to do something he don't even do? Here you are, father telling your sons and daughters, don't smoke but you smoke. Right. Here you are, got a son and daughter telling them that you shouldn't have no boyfriend or girlfriend, but you got one. Right. No, any parent that tells the child to do something that they're not willing to do is considered to be a bad parent. Right. But God is a good father. Is that right? So he would ask us to love the enemy and then on the flip side tell us that he's promised in hellfire for his. Right. Huh? Did he not tell the children of Israel to kill the Amalekites? Kill them all? Men, women, and children? He even said kill their dogs, kill their sheep, kill the goat, kill the cow. Hell, kill the goldfish. Kill everything. That's what God told him to do. Did not it say in the scripture that when Jesus returns, he comes with a sword? Dripping with blood? He didn't come with no candy for children. He came with a sword dripping with blood, which means he's already been doing something with it. He said he's coming at the head of 10,000 with a sword and there became an exceedingly great choir, an exceedingly great book club, an exceedingly great cheerleader, an exceedingly great what? So God looking for soldiers. So Muhammad don't raise no pumps, no sissies, no flags, and no chumps. And Muhammad makes women. The goal of God is to make man into himself. And since the Bible says that God, I am a man of war. And if you're a man and you're not a warrior, then you're not a real man. If you're a man and you don't let somebody take your daughter, you're not a real man. If you're a man and you were not willing to die and kill for your woman, you're not a real man. If you are a man but you are unwilling to sacrifice yourself or cause bigger death yourself, then you're not a real man. See, a coward dies 1,000 deaths, but a soldier dies for life. A real man understands that it's better to die on your feet than to live on your knees. So if you came to be made into some soft-spoken half of a homosexual type of religion, that's the wrong place at the wrong time. And don't say with it. That's right. Don't say it if you don't really know it. So allow us talk. When conflict show up, they fuck out. They're talking all stuff all the time, big muscles and et cetera, et cetera. But you wouldn't kill nothing or let nothing die. Wouldn't bust a grape in a food fight. No, Muhammad don't make this kind of music. I didn't say I'm saying none of that, but I love the message now. So this shadow government only works when man and woman is apart. But when men and women are real men and women, the shadow government is of no effect. The shadow government represents the power of Satan's ability to manipulate the known. But Satan really don't have the juice that he's professing they have. Because in the Holy Quran we are given Satan's cold playbook. Right. I'm sure Denver wish they had Seattle's playbook. Huh? They start calling the Denver Broncos, they start calling the Denver Broncos. Because they ain't got no D. But don't you know when you have your opponent's whole playbook? Yes, man. That you know everything they're going to do? Before they even do it? All you have to do is see them line up in a certain way and you already know, no, that's the blue 62 right there. This is behind us. Is that right? Well, Allah out of His beneficence and His mercy, He's given us Satan's whole playbook in the Holy Quran. We know where He's going to be, what He's going to do, how He's going to do it, and when it's going to take place, even before it ever happens. Y'all ready? Satan and Allah are having a conversation. Come on. And Satan asks Allah. He says, respect me until the day when they are ready. Come on. And Allah responds, surely thou art of the respiting ones. Respite, the definition of respite means to delay doom or judgment. In other words, I know I've earned it. But I'm asking you to give me a little time to play around with these. Can I get it? You know what I mean? It really probation is really just a grace period. To do foolish. So, Satan says, shoot that off, and you are always respite one. I wasn't related to doom or judgment. But look, listen to Satan's request. Respite me until, not August 3rd, right? 2015. Respite me until the what? The day when? So if you say what's your number one objective? To keep the day dead. To keep the day from being raised. Because your time of rulership is not based upon minutes, seconds, hours, days, months, or even years. It's really based upon the day being raised. It's a conditional. Well, all I'm going to do is keep doing everything I can to keep the day from being raised. Well, for the sake of time, we are the day. That if we are raised, then this power is completely broken. Yeah. Yes, sir. Now, after he gets a delay of doom and judgment, Satan is so arrogant, then he comes out and tells Allah, and, we're prisoners because somebody took minutes from the meeting. Somebody was there and took minutes, and we got the minutes from the meeting between Satan and Allah. We got the notes, y'all. We actually get to look at the conversation and then hear what they say so know. So he's so arrogant, he says, look, I'm going to tell you where I'm going to be. I'm going to lie and wait for them in the straight path. Straight path means that I'm coming up in religion. And I am going to be operating by manipulation of nature. The most natural thing is for a man to want a woman. And a woman does that. The most natural thing is for us to want pleasure out of life and to avoid pain. So all I got to do is come and manipulate the pleasure center of the brain of the people. And then exacerbate the attraction and the lust between the two opposite sexes. And if I can make men want women more than they should, and women want men more than they should, and if I can just, let's just say, come up with something like some heroin or some crack cocaine or some mollies or some drugs that will hit the pleasure center of the brain, I can make them addicted to cocaine, addicted to heroin, addicted to a addicted to a Big Mac. You can be a food addict just like crazy. Hell, food is a powerful addiction. If food and the drugs don't have the same juice, why they call it the FDA? The Food and Drug Administration. Why they have a food administration? And then another drug, why they both together? Because they both have the same power. The food that we are eating is not even real food. It is a chemicalized, industrialized commodity that is posing as food. It is artificial food that is made to taste good, but not be good for it. It is full of refined white devil sugar. That makes us addicted to it. The number one drug of addiction is not tobacco, cocaine, or heroin, it's white sugar. The number one drug. They put sugar in the French fries, sugar in the ketchup, sugar in the muffins, sugar in the bread, sugar in the salad dressing, sugar on the salad. There's sugar everywhere. Because they know what it is. So whenever the white casket comes out with a commercial, they tell you what you crave. Or if you go to the Burger King, to have it your way instead of God's way, and you get whopped in the head with some cheese. How would you go to McDonald's? Or McDonald's? Or you go to Kentucky Fried Chicken? Or the Long John Killers? Or Taco Hell? Or any of these other places. And death. Y'all feeling? Y'all ain't like that part. Y'all like all that talking about fighting in war, but y'all don't like that messing with DLG. The others don't mess with their family. Man, you mad at me for messing with your family, you better keep that stuff out your mouth. See, I don't understand how the black man, you'll buy a nice car, right? And if you buy a nice car, they all care to use premium fuel in this thing. You can't put in no 8.7. Ain't no Lexus. Can't you? You don't put no E85. Ain't no E50. Come on. When you got a luxury car, you gotta put the highest octane fuel in it. You gotta put that 93, 94, right? 92 minimum, and that's true. But how can you be a black man willing to drive a car that's only designed to get you from one side of town to the next, and you'll put premium fuel in it, but you are the vehicle of God, right? Not to get you from one side to the other, but to get you from where you are to becoming one with Him. And you will put cheap gas in your vehicle. And no wonder why our engines don't work right. Sludge all in the fight. Stuttering and moving slow and breaking down on the highway all the time. They call that heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, arthritis, rheumatism, pain in all the joints. They call that all these headaches we have. So you put some premium octane food or fuel in your body and eat the best. Right, you'll be able to get more out of the vehicle. Y'all still with me? So, on the back of the dollar, again, we're still dealing with the fact that all of the presidents were racist. Acronym, right? Fear is an acronym. Some evidence appearing where there's nothing to fear but the only thing worthy of being feared is God. Everything else is nothing. It's subject to God, so all they got to do is stay connected to Him, and if He says it is to be, then it is. See, that takes all the worry out of life. You understand what I'm saying? Never, brothers and sisters, should we ever be fearful of the future or envious or jealous of one another. Because what God has for you, can't no man take from you. And what God don't want you to have, can't nobody give it to you. So all our job is to do the best with what we have. And if we do the best, Allah will do the rest. Does that make sense? Yes, sir. Go ahead and read. I did it. Fear, false evidence appearing with acronyms. Did you know what is acronym? Ain't no such thing. Right. You got good luck and bad luck. Stop writing yourself. You don't have 7 years of bad luck right now because somebody broke a mirror in your house. Just stop lying to yourself. You got 7 years of bad luck. For the last 7 years, you've been making bad choices. Just keep it real. You can put all the clothes you want. I'm not going to change the law of cause and effect. Break all the mirrors, break all the glass. It don't make no difference if it's black cat across your foot. It don't. Look, I mean, come on now. If luck was real and you get you a rabbit's foot for good luck, how can a rabbit's foot be a symbol of good luck when the rabbit that you got the one from you say, oh, you could have been too lucky and you get the one? That's superstition. It's superstition. So luck is laboring under correct knowledge. When you work as hard as you can under correct knowledge, you will be lucky. If you do not work under correct knowledge, you will be unlucky. Period, point blank, just like that in the middle. Y'all okay? Mason is a Muslim Asiatic son. This is a group of secret society of white people, shadow government, that study Islam but study it in secret. Okay, y'all still don't believe me. Let me see if I can get through this. When Keith Ellison in Minneapolis, Minnesota, won the seat in the Congress, a black man, right? Formerly registered FOI in the Nation of Islam. When he was to take his oath of office, he told the world that he wanted not to pledge his allegiance on the Bible, but I'm Muslim, so I want to put my hand on the Holy Quran. Oh, everybody was in an uproar. Right? There were MSNBC and Fox and CNN. Everybody was playing. And then Keith Ellison came out with a statement and said, well, the Holy Quran that I premium over the wisdom of the book. Y'all feel with me? So everything has always been a miracle was set up on the secret. Right. If the beginning of America started off on the secret, what makes you think it's going to settle up and still running? Right. Don't you know the Honorable Mr. Farrakhan made this revolutionary statement? He said that the law under which a thing comes into existence gives that thing its nature. Don't you know that if a black woman is pregnant with a baby and she is watching a lot of television, listening to a lot of foolishness, eating a lot of junk food, see that right there out of stop. If somebody came in your house while you were there and threw a whole bunch of junk in your house, would you not be upset at him? Well, the body is the temple of God. Huh? This is God's temple. So what do you think he thinks when he sees us throwing flaming hot Cheetos in there all the time? Huh? How do you think he feels like he sees all these donuts? And these BLTs. He don't eat that junk. How in the world do they call it junk food when you see about it? It's junk. Food. It's food that is junk. Junk is trash. Junk is waste. But we put it in anyway. Y'all alright? Well, if the law under which the thing comes into existence gives it its nature, we've seen that if a mother eats bad food, then whenever the baby is being formed in the womb, the baby has nothing to build itself up out of but the material that the mother gives. So if the mother is eating junk food, then the baby builds an inferior constitution physically. And the thoughts of mother become the thoughts of the child. So if the mother is watching foolishness on television, or going through stress or fearful of such and such and so on, so the baby will be born predisposed to fear what mama was afraid of and be programmed with whatever mama put in her head. Why? Because the law under which a thing comes into existence gives the child a nature. Well, so it is with the United States of America. America was started off by a secret society. All right, y'all still don't believe me. So look over there where the pyramid is. Now we deal with the pyramid, right? Ain't that something an eagle is a bird of prey? Right? But look at the eagle looking over there at the pyramid. The pyramid is us. So the predator, eagle, is looking over here at the prey. There's a spider web on the whole side. You have to look? Look underneath the pyramid at these black words. Nuevos Oros Secorum, which means new secret order. So there's a new secret order, and there's something going on that we don't know nothing about. Y'all with me? Therefore, when you look at the symbol of America, the eagle, not next to, not underneath, but above, there's 13 little stars. And if you were to connect the dots, these 13 stars make the star David, which is the symbol of the Jews. Not next to, not underneath, but above. Why? Because they really are the shadow government calling the shots. Y'all not hear what I'm telling you? The Federal Reserve Bank is called federal, but it's not owned by the government. It is a privately owned bank. The so-called Jews started this bank as a lending institution for America. Don't you know that they had people in the North and South during the Civil War? Exacerbating the war, making the North fight the South? Why? Because they knew the North or South didn't have enough money to fight the war. You ain't hear me? So they got to borrow money to fight. Around the North and South, the Confederate and the North, both of them got to borrow money from the Federal Reserve Bank. So they borrowed money to fight the Civil War, right? Well, you know if they didn't have enough money to fight the war, they didn't have enough money to rebuild the cities after the war was over. So So now they got to go back to the same people and borrow more money to rebuild the city. From that day forward, America was in debt to a privately owned corporation owned by a shadow government calling themselves Jews. Y'all with me? Have you ever heard the saying that you can't bite the hand? Have you ever heard the saying that debt is? So whoever you owe is your slave master, and whoever feeds you, you cannot bite the hand of. Therefore, America will always have missiles and tanks and bombs protecting Israel, because Israel is really the boss of America. America is not the boss of Israel. The shadow government is manipulating Barack Obama. The shadow government is manipulating Congress and the Senate. It is a shadow government that is fighting God by using pawns in the game. Now the seed government officials to wage a war on behalf of Satan himself. But God too has an army. And God's army is made up of something called the mother wheel and 1,500 bomber planes. And there also are some foot soldiers in God's army. They are affectionately called the FOI and the MTT. What is the MTT? The MTT are the Muslim girls in training. It is the general civilizations class. Is that right? It is those sisters that are learning how to keep house, how to care for their husbands. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Their husbands. How to rear their children, how to sew, how to cook, and in general, how to act as a whole million about what is the FOI. The FOI is the name given to the military training of the men who belong to Islam in North America. I said it's the name of the men that belong to the military training. If you're not an expert, you're not a part of the military training, you're not a real FOI. So if you're not an expert, you're not a soldier in the ranks, you're not a real FOI. If you are in the ranks and you don't have no final call newspapers, aka what, how can you be a soldier with no bullets? Are y'all okay? Yeah. Everybody in one clap. You don't want to clap. You know, you just better recover. You know what happened back there? I first put that real deep down the ground. You got to feel the slave on people. That's right. Well, I'm not even looking at this no more. I ain't even got past the almost a time. Y'all alright? Can y'all give me 15 minutes? Praise the people. What we are seeing, brothers and sisters, see, in the Masonic order, 12 represents in their world the completion of a divine cycle. Ain't that something that was marked for us, how many ladies that was on? He put it in point number. Think about that. He came July 4th, 1930. 4 times 30 is 120. There's a 12 right there. He's born February 26th. 2 times 6 is what? 75% of his work was with the one. Right? 7 plus 5 is 12. 75% is 3, 4. 3 times 4. Huh? 12 is the completion of a divine cycle. But since they knew that and knew who he was before he even came, they decided to put 13 arrows, 13 leaves, 13 barrels, 13 straps. Why? Because the number 13 represents the breaking of a divine cycle. Right. See, everybody's in that number 13 is always bad. That's they teach. Right. Friday the 13th. Is that right? Don't get off on the 13th floor. That's superstition. You actually see that because they decided to call the 13th floor the 14th on the elevator. Right. Did you not feel the 13th floor? mad. Spooky. Are y'all okay? So, what they are telling us, brothers and sisters, is that they don't intend to allow the man that comes over to point number 12 to achieve his work. What is his work? He, in point number 12, says that he will establish a universal government of peace wherein we all can live in peace together. That's the government of God versus the old, wicked, no good, new, secret, order, shadow government of this world. So Master Muhammad comes to put the government of God in place. Right. To replace the old shadow government that has been manipulating not only black people, but even white people are being manipulated by the shadow of God. Y'all with me? Well, I would hope, brothers and sisters, that we would be interested in an exit strategy. What about you? See, Allah God never, ever sends a messenger and warner, and then when that messenger or warner comes, he doesn't just come with a threat, he also comes with an exit strategy. Is that true? And since the scripture says in Malachi 3 and 6, I am the Lord, I do not change, that means that God has a particular methodology. He has a certain pattern by which he works things. Am I telling the truth? Whenever you find people in a mess, then he raises up a messenger. When there's 12 loaves of profit in common, right? When there's a crisis, Christ is. When people war with each other, then they one out to come fix it. That's the methodology of God. When people were in slavery, Moses came up out of them. Right? When people were idol worshipers, Abraham came. Conditions produce the result. It's the same every single time. Whenever they, during the time of Jesus, were bound to ritual, but denying the power of the ritual, Jesus came to teach them the wisdom. Whenever they were in Arabia and they were alcoholics, disrespecters of their women and the murderers of their own babies and superstitious, Muhammad came up out of the people to fix that condition. Well, when you look at the black man and woman in America, not only are we the freaks like they were during the time of Lot and Sodom and Gomorrah, not only are we killing each other like they were doing during the time of Noah, slaves like Moses, bound to superstition like the Arabs, killing our own babies, disrespecting of our women like they were when Muhammad came. We are all of that and then some. So how could God give them a Moses for one condition, a Muhammad and a Lot and an Abraham and a Jesus for one condition? And here we are, the black man and woman in America with all of their conditions combined with some more added to it. And God not give us a message to it. God is the same. He changes not. He gave us Elijah Muhammad. He's given us Louis Farrakhan. These are the messengers of God. So in closing, my dear sisters and brothers, there is a power in this world that is bigger than white folks. There's a power in this world bigger than the United States government. And that power is the power of God himself. All that is being asked of us is just to make some simple adjustments. I didn't say easy adjustments. I said simple. Because I'll be honest with you, the way of God is simple. It's just not easy. Is that true? It would be easier if the world was right. Because see, how much easier would it be to eat good if there was no bad food to buy? See? How much easier would it be for you to stay married if there was nobody willing to commit adultery with you? How much easier would it be for you to be sober if there was no such thing as smoke or drink? So naturally, when we live in a world where drinking and smoking is legal and promoted, Well, wickedness is legal and promoted. Right. It makes it hard to be right in our own world. Challenging to be positive in a negative world. That's right. Is that true? But it is possible to be in the world and not of the world. That's right. Is that true? Yes. Jesus in and so can we. So the methodology of the way of God is simple, but it's not necessarily easy. However, do you know what makes a thing easier? Did you know right now, see temptation is all external pressure. When they put on that commercial late at night, and you sitting there, you trying to lose weight, and they put on that commercial and let you know you can get this chili counter, flaming hot Fritos, you tired of it, and they put on things, Taco Bell, open late. And you hungry because you ain't ate hard enough to trying to lose weight. Make it easy for you to be jumping the car and go. Is that right? Yeah. But did you know, brothers and sisters, that in the physical world, the Honorable Elizabeth Farr County teaches us this, to get that for every physical law in the universe, there is also a nature and spiritual counterpart. Did you know physically that right now we have 14.7 pounds of atmospheric pressure on our body every square inch? Y'all can hear me. We have a lot of square inches in the body. Y'all ready? That means that we have thousands of pounds of pressure on us all the time. Well, why come we don't get knocked down, broke down, or implode? It's because we have the gift of exhaling, which means that we are able to breathe out with greater force than what the pressure is put on us. Therefore, we do not implode from the pressure. So the physical law says because I got more in me pushing out than that's out of me pushing on, then what's out there cannot break me. Well, the spiritual law would say, all I have to have is more truth in me and falsehood out there can't win. More God in me and the devil out there can't win. More firepower in me and willingness out there cannot win. Does that make sense? So the secret to making that which is simple even become easy in our own world is that we got to dump more truth in. And the more we know about how much of a reward is attached to doing good, the easier it is to do it. And the more we learn on how much consequences attached to doing wrong, the easier it is for us to stay away from it. That's simple mathematics. Whatever you are struggling with, study how bad it is for you. You got it? And I guarantee you, whenever you get ready to smoke it, get ready to drink it, get ready to sing, get ready to do it, whenever you have that information in your mind, that knowledge will come up and just begin to speak to you. And in your mind, see, before we do anything, we always weigh the pros and cons. Is that right? Yes, sir. And if you've got enough cons to the bad, coming in your mind, you're going to say, you know what? It ain't even worth it. You say, but you just don't understand. I've been doing this for 20-some odd years. Yeah, but can I tell someone? Do you know that the average urge for even sex, cigarettes, crack cocaine, etc., when you do the math, I don't have each one in my head, but all of them put together, the average lifespan of an urge is only 14 minutes. You didn't hear me. So whenever you start feeling it, all you got to do is say, no sir, no ma'am. 14 minutes. Huh? And see, it's not just standing still for 14 minutes. Good deeds outweigh bad deeds. So you watch Allah bless us to be successful. So I would hope, brothers and sisters, that we would be willing to take advantage of God's man who set the perfect example for us, who has given us an exit strategy. The ideal situation would be that you would come on in to the study course called Nation of Islam Training, and that you would commit yourself to striving to become better today than what you were yesterday, and better tomorrow than what you are today. And if we can make a little bit of progress, even if it ain't but an inch, every day, one day we're going to be back in oneness with Almighty God Allah. So in closing, I ask you, brothers and sisters, to do just two things for me. Can you do it? Yes, sir. I know we can do it. Number one, study the word and the way of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Study the words of that man and his way, and you duplicate it in whatever spirit influence you have. And number two, last but not least, pray like everything depends on God, but work like everything depends on you. Thank you for listening.